Thanks for joining me today. This is what we plan on installing. It will be a Hampton Bay 52-inch LED indoor ceiling fan.
So with the box comes all the parts. You always want to use the instruction manual. Some will also have an online video you can access. What I typically do is go through the parts list here, what tools are going to be needed, and then what are the parts that are part of the package.
The ceiling fan is going to replace the existing standard mounted light. First thing we want to do is remove the mounting bracket from the canopy by loosening the two canopy screws located in the L-shaped slots. Remove and save the two canopy screws in the round holes. Whenever you are removing or replacing an electrical fixture, remember to turn off the power at the light switch and the circuit breaker. Remove the old ceiling fixture.
So the first step in replacing a light with a fan is to make sure that the mounting bracket in the ceiling is strong enough to hold it. Because fans are heavier than lights. So I'm going to look up here, take a look at this. Looks like the box is secured to the beams, so it should be able to support the fan's weight. Your neutral power, here's your positive, the black, the white, here's your ground. We're going to take these off to remove the lamp, but we'll retain the lock nuts.
Assemble the fan.
So this is called the down rod. You can see this will go in the mount, the ceiling, but you see it's only 4 inches long. Most fans will need a longer down rod, so you can buy these as extra pieces, and we'll replace the short one with the long one here in a minute. Down rod was too short, so we bought a second one. What we needed to do was remove the pin from the top and the screw. This was retaining the smaller one and put it in the bigger one. You can see it just slides through the instructions walk you through that. Now we have to thread this wire through this long rod, and if I try to do it individually they'll probably get stuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of electrical tape just to tie them together for the time being so I can slide them through together. It makes it easier. So now that we've got the wire through the down rod, we're going to place it on top of the motor. We're going to pull this through. What I want to do is line up these holes with this rod through here. I'll slide that through to the other side. And then we have this cotter pin, which will be used to retain that. Push that on until it latches, and then these screws here, I'm going to retighten those. Got in place, we've got the wires pulled through. This mounting ball will be used next. This is the plate that will cover that once we get it up, and then the down rod's mounted to the motor with the rod and the set screws.
Attach the fan to the electrical box next.
So I removed the old bracket from the light, and I'm putting this mounting bracket, which is for the fan. You can see this hub right here and the electrical wires coming through.
Now we're going to hang the fan and make the electrical connections.
Next thing we'll do is we'll slide this ball into the bracket that we mounted previously, and it should go right in there. And you're going to see it doesn't seat. You want to turn it until it clicks into place. Right there it sits, but it's going to be able to wobble a little bit as part of the fans.
We're going to wrap any extra wire and secure it. Remove the rubber motor stops on the bottom of the fan before installing the blades or testing the motor.
Are put in place, and the instructions are to remove those before you install the blades. The way you do it is they will just unscrew They're only hand tightened in there. Now we're going to connect the wires. The blue and the black will go with the black house wire and the white will go with the white. What I like to do is take a couple small pieces of electrical tape to connect the wires before I put the cap on. Now that I've got the wires taped together, before I put the cap on, what I'm going to do is test the connections. What I don't want to do is put the cap on, find out the connections aren't good and have to take things apart.
Remember to attach the wire connectors and secure them in place. Attach the fan blades.
So we're going to put the blade brackets on, and on the underside here is a clearance hole for your screwdriver. So you can access it. This little tab will go inside this V. So you want to position this first, and then you can access it by rotating the blade to get your screwdriver through there. So now that all the blade brackets are mounted, using this secret passage right here, it's kind of hidden, but it'll give you access to all the screws. Make sure the screws are tight. And what I like to do is I'll turn it on, make sure it's running before I put the blades on, which will be next. Blades, you have 5 blades. They have the slots here. They'll go on the top here. And there's a little tab like the instruction says. You make sure you push it down and pull the blade out. Notice you can pick black or brown. We decided to go with the brown side down. You hear that click, that way you know the blade's in place.
Attach the light kit.
Step is to mount the light attachment, and they make it real easy. You're going to take the whites and slide them together and the black and blue together, so we'll do that now.
This notch has to clear the reversing switch. Next, we're going to install the bulbs and the glass shades. First, remove the compressing ring, which retains the glass shades in place.
Thread it on. You want to take the ring off, then the glass cover will go on, and then you slide the ring over and re-secure that. Once you've got that re-secured, kind of wobble it a little bit, make sure it's seated well. Then you can take your light bulb and thread it in, and just like a regular light bulb, twist it until it gets snug. Don't over tighten it. There you go.
Finally, we're going to attach the chain extensions.
Chain extensions, depending on the height of your fan, what you're going to do is put these on here, pull those through until they extend the length of the chain a little bit. You can get more at a hardware store, but this may be enough for this location.
We're glad to share our experiences with you installing this fan. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to this channel by clicking on the circle in the upper right, or leave any comments or questions you may have. Thank you.